Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. For those of you viewers who are new to my channel, I'm in Long Island, New York, Zone 7A. How are you guys doing, my fellow gardeners, my loyal viewers, and yes, you guys, my precious subscribers? Why don't you let me guys know in the comments below. Sunny, warm, beautiful spring day here in Long Island, New York. So what are we going to talk about today, guys? Today I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you guys can grow huge onions in your own home garden. So for those of you who are looking for that online channel that offers tips, tricks, easy yet proven gardening advice to take your home garden to that next level, then don't go anywhere, guys. Stick around. Start with clicking the subscribe button, and if you never want to miss any of my upcoming gardening videos, don't forget to click the bell icon. YouTube will notify you every single time I'll upload a new gardening video. Now come with me. Let me tell you 3 easy tips that can guarantee you a huge, abundant onion harvest every single time. Onions are a foundational vegetable almost every person's home, which is why I spent so much time over the past few years perfecting my techniques when it comes to growing onions. And today I wanted to share those tips and those techniques with you guys so you can have success growing large onion bulbs every single time. I have experimented with growing onions from seed, from transplants, and even from sets. And it's more than just a certain method when it comes to growing onions. It's all about the technique. When you guys have the right technique, you can achieve success every single time. So onions are very different than most of the flowering or fruiting vegetable that we grow in our home gardens. So a lot of vegetables that we grow at home start off with a tiny flower, hence turning into a fruit, such as our tomatoes, our eggplants, our cucumbers, our zucchinis. Onions do not do that. All the magic happens below the soil surface in the onion bulb. I have personally tried different techniques when it comes to growing onions over the years and came to multiple conclusions, guys. So after growing onions, there are 3 specific things that I've noticed that for a few years now, really. And those 3 things happen to give my onions the biggest growing boost. And today in this video, I'm going to share those 3 tricks, 3 techniques with you guys. Here is the secret, guys, when it comes to growing onions. Giant plants make giant bulbs. So your onion plant, the exterior portion that you could see above the ground, so the green stalks have to be large before and during the bulb production. So the larger your green sets are, the larger your bulb will be. And let me tell you why. We want our onion plants to have as many of these green leaves as possible. Why? Because as the more leaves you have, the more rings you're going to have on your onion bulb. And guess what, guys? The more rings your onion bulb will have, the bigger your bulb will be. So more leaves equals more rings equals larger onion bulbs. So you can grow your onions from seeds, transplants, or sets. If you choose to grow your onions from seed, make sure you store them indoors in seed starting trays, sometime around the middle to end of February. If you are choosing to grow your onions from something called a transplant, which are basically baby onion seedlings, make sure you choose those transplants that have diameter of at least the size of a pencil. And if you're buying sets larger onions are not always going to guarantee you larger bulbs. In fact, all these years that I've been trying to perfect my onion growing techniques, I came to find that smaller onion sets have actually matured, grown, and given me larger onion bulbs versus those onions that are planted from larger sized sets. So larger sizing doesn't always guarantee you larger bulbs. So when planting and growing onions, always make sure that your soil is loose, fertile, and well draining to ensure that those bulbs have plenty of room to grow. And here we come to tip number 1 to ensure that you guys are going to grow giant onion bulbs. And that tip number 1 is giant onions require full sun location to grow. And that is 8+ hours of direct sunlight per day. Plants get energy from the sun, guys. So remember, they need as much sunlight as they can possibly get. So giant onions require full sun location to grow. Tip number 2, giant bulbs need more space. So remember, crowding your bulbs will limit their growth. Ensure that your onion bulbs are at least 4 to 6 inches apart. As you could see here, when I planted my bulbs, I gave them decent amount of spacing between each of the bulbs. So giant bulbs need more space to grow. So when you're planting your onions, do not overcrowd your bulbs. More space they'll have, the larger they'll get. Tip number 3, giant bulbs need irrigation, or in other words, need watering. Onions have shallow root systems and will struggle in dry soil. Plants should receive at least 1 inch of water per week, whether it comes from your irrigation system, drip line, hose, or whether it comes from Mother Nature or rain. It's especially important that when your bulbs are growing and you see your stalks getting wider and bigger and thicker, it is very, very crucial to even give your onions more water at that time period. So increase your watering to maybe 1.5 inch to 2 inches of watering per week. So the more watering you'll give to your onion plants, the bigger bulbs you're going to get. So giant bulbs need irrigation, guys. So these 3 tips have always worked for me in the past, and they've given me an abundant, large, big onion harvest every single year. This is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here in Long Island, New York, Zone 7A. In today's video, I gave you 3 tips on how you can grow giant onion bulbs in your own home garden. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, if you found this video to be useful, helpful, informative, show me that support by clicking thumbs up below. Leave your comments below. Let me know, how do you grow your onions? Do you choose to grow them from seed, transplants, or sets? What tips and tricks do you use to ensure large harvest of onion bulbs every single growing season? And if you guys haven't yet done so, do so today. Subscribe to my channel, Gardening in Cold Spring Harbor. Click the bell icon if you never want to miss any of my new upcoming gardening videos. Stay healthy, happy, and be well, you guys. And I'll see you again in my new upcoming gardening videos. Bye, guys.